Good morning, good morning. Good day to good people. How you guys doing out there? Just leaving the gym right now. Trying to get my health together. First things first, I'd like you to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching my video. I appreciate it. And I was reading one of my books, and they were talking about a situation where they had a paralyzing fear or paralyzing traumatic moment in their life that caused them to change how they think and how they act about things. And it just led me to remember one of those times in my life. It was right before my first son was born. I didn't know. Before that, I always wanted kids. I was only 21, I think, at the time. I always wanted kids. I didn't know exactly how I was gonna take care of them and all of that. You know, me and my wife were only married for about a year before we found out we were pregnant with my firstborn son. And then I always knew in my mind I'm gonna figure out a way to make it happen. I was making $7.25, I believe, at the time, $7.25 an hour. And when she told me she was pregnant, you know, of course I was happy, but I was scared out of my mind. I actually, back then, when I was going through trying times like that, I used to write poetry. So maybe one day I'll share that poem that I wrote to my son. But it went along the lines of telling him that he would never have to worry about nothing. I don't think I've ever even gave that to him. You know, he's 11 years old now. I think it'll be 12 next month, August. It'll be 12 August. And you know, those type of situations, man, where you have these paralyzing fears or these traumatic moments that cause a shift in your life. Right after that, I was scared. I was making $7.48 an hour. I already had a wife. We already had a house. Not a house, but like an apartment, cars, and all of that. I was already trying to pay for that off of a very small amount of money. I didn't know how on earth that we were going to be able to pay for all of this, all of the baby needs, and how we're going to feed them, and formula, and Similac, and whatever was to come. But I didn't dwell in that place too long. I used that fear. I used that kind of traumatic moment in my life to change my perspective on how I thought about things. I think literally, I started updating my resume. I started asking my job that I had at the time for more responsibility so that possibly I could make some more money. And you know, I was working at the Marriott at the time. I was a housekeeping aide. All you had to do was, you know, aid and assist the housekeepers. And I told them I wanted to train in every job that we got in there, you know, hoping that they would see my initiative and want to promote me or give me a different situation. But that's not what happened. But at the same time, I wasn't just relying on them, because like I told you, I had updated my resume, and I started applying for other jobs. And I asked the Marriott, once they trained me in 3 or 4 other jobs in the hotel, I asked them to give me a raise. They said no, and I wound up going to another job that paid significantly more at the time. I can't remember how much it was. It was over $10 an hour, and at that time it was very beneficial for me to take that. So I did. I took that job, and then I was able to take care of my son the way I thought I should at the time. We got a newer and better apartment. We were getting all the things that we needed for him to come into our life. And that wasn't it. You know, right after that, I think he was, well, that wasn't it as far as the traumatic situations were concerned. Right after he was born, I wind up quitting that job that I got, because I just couldn't stand. It was a call center job. I couldn't stand being on the phones. I absolutely hated to have to be on the phone and talk to people all day long. I think I was what was I doing? working for UPS or something like that in their call center. So I used that situation, and I wind up quitting. So it caused another traumatic situation in my life where I don't understand how I'm going to take care of this boy. I don't understand how I'm going to take care of this woman. But lo and behold, if you stay steadfast, there was another job that I applied for while I was working at the Marriott before I got this job. And after I oh, my wife just got in the car. But after I quit that job, we moved back home to be closer to parents. I got a call from Best Buy at the time, and I think I worked there for about a month. It was a terrible job too. Terrible pay, terrible job, terrible hours. She back there trying to hide. But yeah, so it was bad hours and everything then too. And right after that, another job, right after they called me, I got hired there. Another job that I really wanted, they called me probably about a month after I started working at Best Buy. So all within the time period of about 9 months, all those jobs that I applied for, the resumes being updated, the skills that I was trying to upgrade at my jobs, caused me to get the job that I still have to this day, and has been taking care of my family through marriage. When we got married, we got married before that, but helped me maintain my marriage. My first child was 3 months when I got hired on out there, and my other 2 sons were born while I've been working here, and we've all been taken care of rather well, I would have to say, since then. So that's how those paralyzing situations kind of changed my life. I had no clue how I was going to take care of this boy. Before that, when we were just married, I didn't really have the same concern. I was pretty confident that we could do that, but I don't know why it was such a difficult, trying time for me. But I used it to catapult myself into the future, to catapult myself into a new situation, a new situation in our life. And all of that happened within about a time period of about 9 months. The time period about 9 months. And it just goes to show, man, there ain't no sunshine without the rain, man. It's all part of the situation. It's all part of the grand equation of things. So if you're going through a trying time, if you're having a paralyzing fear, don't let it fold you up. Don't let it break you. You can move through it, just like I did, and you can thrive just like I'm doing today. And we're moving into another profitable time in our lives, if you would, right now. So I'm thankful for that. And anyway, if there's anything that anything that helps you out in this video, I'd appreciate if you comment, like, and subscribe. It'll be great.